I'm Donato Finelli. I'm a mental training and peak performance specialist from Capex Consulting, and I'm here today with Figured Out Baseball to tell you about one of the mental fundamentals, imagery. So, in the past, you might have heard of athletes or coaches talk about visualizing success. It's basically imagining or seeing yourself being successful. And that's exactly what imagery is. Now, if you think of daydreaming as a passive, uncontrolled activity, then imagery would be an active activity where you're deliberately and intentionally taking control of your imagination. Now, the reason why we call it imagery and not just visualization is that when you say visualization, it sort of insinuates that you're just using one sense, your sight. Whereas with imagery, we're incorporating all of our senses. So instead of just seeing it, you're also feeling it, hearing it, maybe even smelling or tasting it. And so basically what the science shows us is that the more realistic and vivid the images become, the more powerful and effective they are. The reason why imagery works is because of something that's called psychoneuromuscular theory. And what that says is whether an action is real or imagined, the same parts of your brain are lighting up. So, have you ever had a dream or a nightmare that it felt so real when you woke up, your heart was racing, and you were all sweaty? That's psychoneuromuscular theory in action. Although the dream was just your imagination, your brain thought it was real and your body responded accordingly. So, for example, whether you're actually out on the diamond practicing turning a double play or you're sitting in your room imagining yourself turning a double play, the same parts of your brain are lighting up. Now, that's not to say that imagery is a replacement for the physical practice. Ultimately, you still got to get out there in the field and practice turning that double play and practice all of your other skills. But imagery is a really great tool to help complement the physical practice. Imagery is a really great way to get some extra mental repetitions on your own time. And now imagery can work in a number of different ways. Imagery can help prepare your mind. It can help you to feel more confident and motivated. It can help to improve your focus and concentration. It can help you to prepare for and manage potential distractions or obstacles you might face. And it can help to reinforce the muscle memory of a new skill that you've been working on. Now, it's important to understand that imagery is a skill. Just like throwing, catching, and hitting, they're all skills. So just like any other skill, imagery takes some practice to develop that skill. So for people that are new to imagery, a lot of times they find that it's really hard to stay focused on the images and to keep control over the images. So if you're just new to imagery and you're trying this out and you're finding that it's really hard to stay focused without losing concentration, understand that that's okay. It's all part of the process. But with consistent practice, some persistence and patience, you can master the skill of imagery just like any other skill. A good place to get started with imagery is to create your own personal highlight reel. Think about one or maybe a few of the best games that you ever played. And basically what you're going to do is see that performance playing out in your head. It's almost like you're watching yourself on ESPN. You're watching your own highlights. What might be helpful to do is to first write down something you saw, something you felt, something you heard, and maybe even something you smelled or tasted on that day. From there, what you're going to do is sit somewhere quiet, relax, close your eyes, and imagine that performance playing out in your head again. See yourself being successful. See yourself doing those things that you did well in that game again. Another way that you can use imagery is to create a mental blueprint for an upcoming game. So basically what you're going to do is imagine yourself in different situations that you may or may not see during that game and see yourself being successful in that situation. So for example, if you're a pitcher, imagine that you're in a bases loaded, one out situation and visualize yourself working through that and overcoming that challenge. If you're a hitter, visualize a scenario where you're coming up with 2 on and 2 outs and you have an 0-2 count. And see yourself working through that at-bat and putting together a quality at-bat. Basically, you're creating a mental blueprint to prepare your mind so you can react more effectively to different situations, different challenges, or different adversity that you might face during that game. It's really important here, though, to always see yourself being successful. Visualize yourself coming out on top. See yourself overcoming that challenge. Again, I'm Donato Finelli. That was Mental Fundamentals Imagery. For some more information on mental skills training, be sure to check out our website at capexconsulting.com. You can also follow me on Twitter at Donato_Finelli. And also don't forget to check out my next video called Mental Fundamentals Routines.